la 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 la.
Hello and welcome to GBus Adventures, and this is the Tekkit Lite server, and this is the Rags to Riches section of the world, but it is not Rags to Riches. No, it is not. This is going to be something new and different, but it's going to be based on the Rags to Riches area, so I will be using the Rags to Riches sort of setup and all that stuff I've built. It's not going to go to waste. I'm not scrapping it. That's probably empty by now. It is. Let's turn this off again. And I'm using the supplies that I've got from here for the next project that I want to work on. The problem I had with Rags to Riches was that everything... Why not turn off? Everything I was doing in Rags to Riches didn't really have a point that I could tell. It had no real purpose. And once I realised that, it sort of got a bit pointless. Like, I wanted to get loads of diamonds and things. Then I got like 2,000 diamonds. And I know that's not a crap ton like everybody wants, but it sort of like had no real use. Everything that is expensive in Tekkit and that is all sort of very machine-based and things, and UU and that. And the whole UU side of Tekkit I just can't be bothered with. It seems like far more effort than it's worth. You can see I give it a go up here. We've got the scrap recycler thing in my doohickers, and we've got, what's my storage system up there? And this side, I think, is the UU part. And you can see I started making some diamonds with this bit too, didn't I? Last thing we sort of looked at. But it became more effort than it was worth. I just really couldn't be bothered. So as typical GBus fashion, I have abandoned Rags to Riches, because if I'm not enjoying it, I'm not going to do it. That seems fair to me. If I'm not having fun playing it, I'm not going to play it. So instead, I am bringing back this world and this setup and all these things that I have spent far too many hours making to help build something new instead. I want to, at the end of this, have enough materials and resources to run a shop in the server. Now, as you guys probably know, there is a shopping area in Spawn. You can see it's got quite a lot of shops in it right now, all run by users on the server. All players on here run their own shops in survival mode. Everything is built in survival, and their stock is maintained in survival as well. And I want to do that. I don't have a survival shop yet, and I'd like to. The thing is that all the stuff that I have around here doesn't actually have any sort of quantity to it. I've got nothing to sell, nothing that's really kind of interesting. If I look through my stock right now, you see I've got things, but there isn't really massive amounts of anything that's useful really. And the things that I do have a lot of, say like redstones, I've got 500 of them, you know. I can't maintain it. I haven't got a way of sort of keeping it going. So what I would like to do is make a shop that doesn't sell things that everybody else seems to sell. Like most shops sell things like UU matter and machine blocks and things like that, stuff that the Tekkit people actually kind of use. I want to sell the more obscure parts of Tekkit, stuff that people don't sell, stuff that I'd like to sell myself. I'd like to buy myself even. As I was looking earlier to buy some leather, because I've got like what, 8 cows, 9 cows, something like that. I haven't even counted them. 3, 6, 10 cows it looks like. And I needed leather, and I don't have that many cows to get leather from, so I thought I'll buy some leather from the shops. Nobody was selling leather. I think one person was, I forget who it was now, but they had none in stock, so I couldn't buy any leather. So I want to sell leather as one of my things. Definitely I'm looking into some sort of automated leather production facility, which I haven't got anywhere around here. The closest I've got to a farm on this is this thing here. This is not a farm. This is terrible. So I want to get real farmy in this situation, and I am going to do that by the new location, which is right here. You can see I'm in a brand new part of the world. I am a very long way away from the Rags to Riches section. I don't know what I want to call that. What should I call that place? The factory, I suppose. I'm a long way from the factory, but I think this is going to be a good spot to build a nice farm. I want to be able to ultimately produce things like leather and things like that, the normal basic stuff, but automated and at high volumes, hopefully. And I want to produce the more intricate things too. I want to produce things like the flowers that don't grow naturally, because you see these kind of things. So we've got like blackthorns, we've got coffee, hops, venomilia, stickweed, red wheat, olea, feru, these things. I want to grow these things. I want to do some crossbreeding. Terrawort? I don't even know. I want to get these weird looking things. I'm going to sell these for top dollar, because these are hard to get, particularly hops. I want to make beer. God damn it, I'm going to make some alcohol, some rum, some beer. It's going to be magnificent. But I want to do it properly. I want to get a real sort of rural farm type thing going on. So we've got all the technology side, we've got all the factory area with the tech. This is going to be the more sophisticated section, whereas less machines, more down to earth farming. but with a Tekkit twist to it, hopefully. So this is the area that I've picked. This wasn't always like this. It originally covered in trees. There was trees as far as the eye could see. So I chopped them all down from coast to coast, well, coast to a little bit past the coast, and then got Mr. Turtle to come along and help me. His name's Joe, he's a new turtle, to come along and help me carve out some flat areas of it. So it's quite mountainous before, and there's still plenty of lumps all around it. But we've got some nice flat areas now to start building the first parts of this project. The most important part, I think, or at least the first part I want to do, is going to be a house. A nice farmhouse right here on this front bit here. Now, I don't really know what I'm going to do with this or how I'm going to have it look, but I think I'm probably just going to wing it. And to do so, I've got this ender chest ready. I'm going to plonk him down like here. And in this, I've already set up some bricks and wood. And a bit of steak, in case I get hungry, because I probably will. So I'm thinking that I can make something quite fancy out of all this brick and wood. I think that'll be quite cool. And this is all resources that I've got from the factory, so it's all legitimate as usual. I got my jetpack on, so I can fly if I need to. I'm a bit worried about these monsters spawning, so that might get a bit vicious. But I do have a sword, just no armor. But never mind, that's how I roll with this thing. So I think I've explained the situation adequately now, and all that's left to do is start production. So the first thing we're going to do is build a farmhouse, and I think we'll just get stuck right into it. Okay, so we're going to start off by laying out the general foundations for the building, and we're going to work out how the bottom floor is going to look. Now, I'm going to keep it quite simple and quite open plan, so it's going to be just a simple rectangle with a slight jetty coming off from it, maybe like a porch decking type area, where the front door is going to be slightly offset, so that it doesn't look too symmetrical in the middle, because this building is not going to be symmetrical. It's going to be quite unusual, I think, for one of my builds, but I think it should do quite well. So the bottom floor, simple, open plan, easy to use with a staircase at the back. Now onto the second floor, it's going to get a little bit more complicated. I want to have two roofs on the main middle part of this building, dividing the house into two. So I'm going to put up the first curved section of the roof on this near end on the right hand side of the building and divide it into half. Now it's not going to be equally half. The left hand side is going to be much shorter than the right hand side, with a sort of towering area and a different shape of roof again. So hopefully the right hand side will be facing to the edge and the left hand side will face towards the structure. So here I am putting down some staircases along the edges, because stairs do make good roofs, let's be honest. They're a pain to work with, but they do look quite good in the end result. Now I really do like the way these two block colours work together. I think they're both very gentle colours. The pale of the wood and the slightly faded brick colour, I suppose it'd be called, do work quite well together. So I think it's going to be quite a smooth looking building where it's not going to stand out too much. It's not going to look too out of place like a factory would. Now here you can see that I'm doing the second roof on the taller side of it, where you can see where the third floor will be. It's going to be quite a small third floor, just a sort of storage area probably. But you can see the roofs, although follow the same sort of shape, are very different directions. So the one nearest us now is going to be facing towards the building, and the one on the right hand side is going to face away. So it should give it a sort of barn type look hopefully at the end of it. That's what I'm going for at least. And you can see I'm extending the very bottom floor out a little bit now to give us just a sort of maybe a kitchen area perhaps. I'm not sure, we'll see how it goes. Now the top floor of course looked a bit weird with a solid brick wall there, so I edited it a little bit to make it more wooden and just have more bricks as an outline. I think the roof will stay as it is, but maybe the very top panels will go brick as well, just to make sure that they do still look like blocks. But of course we've still got micro blocks to use here, so we can edit this at a later time. Now here I am adding the very front part of the building with the veranda and the decking, and adding some finishing touches to the sides too. Now onto the back and side of the building, just making some places for windows to go and making sure that they're all evenly spaced, apart from the back left corner where the stairs are going to go, which is why it's all walled off. And there we go, that is the basic shell of the house. I winged it the entire way through, but I think it's come out quite well. I'm pretty pleased with this. There's still a lot to do, of course. We still need lots of windows and to sort out what I'm going to do with this wood bit here. I think I'll probably end up making this bit into blocks, so that I can actually just put the wood straight in there. Maybe I'll put windows in there too, actually. That might look alright, but I think it's time to go get some glass and actually start filling this thing out. So let's head back to the factory and see what we have knocking about in here. So I think I've got plenty of glass. I'd be surprised if I don't, to be honest. 370, that's a fair bit, isn't it? If I just get 2 stacks of it. 33 stacks. Never can be too short, can you? Alright then, so let's start filling in these glassy bits. Do I think there'll be glass there? I don't know if it will. Let's try it. Let's make this whole bit here glass and see what it looks like. just going to experiment a little bit now, see what we can do with this. Because the first build I've sort of really put effort into the shape of it. Like, oh, I'm wasting glass here. The factory area, I just sort of did a big tower and a big square bit next to it. Oh my god, I'm ruining this glass. This one I really thought about how I want it to be laid out a little bit. So hopefully it'll show in the finished product. Whether it will or not, I do not know, but we'll find out. I'm just going to finish putting in these windows, and then we'll see what it looks like at the end. Right, that's the windows installed. Still no doors yet, but you know they'll come in time. Now I want to put the stairs in. I think the stairs are going to be here. So let's get rid of. I want 2 blocks there, don't I? Really, a bit more of a landing. If I put the staircase, although I could have a spiral, couldn't I? That could be all right. If I have it going up that way, that I think will probably work out quite well against the wall. So maybe, because I'm rubbing in this, we're seeing what happens. Just playing it by ear. If I put stairs here. And then here, that'll be all flat. So if I put some wood down just for now, and then stairs, and oop, that's the wrong place. Stairs here, we can get rid of. Okay, but okay, damn it, broke my stairs. Never mind. Staircase up this way, I think looks pretty good. That works. I like that. I'll put some fence along this side of it so I don't end up falling off. Although I'll probably end up jumping it because I'm lazy. But that looks okay. Now I need a stair up this bit too. I'm thinking I was going to do it along this wall originally, but I think I'll change that now and have it go along this wall. That's probably better, isn't it? So if I put some stairs maybe here, that'll probably work, I think. Let's just see what happens when we get to the roof. I don't want to run out of stairs. I've got plenty of them, just seeing how many I've actually got. There we go, get rid of this and these. That should open up the attic area for us to put some things in. I don't know what I'm going to put in here yet. Oh, I forgot about the slanted roof. Damn it. It does need to be on one of these far walls, doesn't it? Otherwise we're not going to be able to get in properly. Foiled. Maybe I suppose I can have it going above these stairs, couldn't I? Yeah, okay, let's try that instead. Let's get rid of these and have them going above the other side. So we're going to use this top area as storage something, nothing that we need to get access to quickly, because it's going to be a pain to walk up here a little bit, annoyingly. But never mind, we're going to pop these here, and then we should be able to go straight up this way, in theory. Anyway, let's find out. We're always a case of doing before testing. This is how we work things out. Failure is always an option, as they say. Yeah, that works. I'm okay with that. Let's block this back up again now. And then maybe we'll put a window in here, perhaps. Just a little fancy looking one. How about like this? If I put a cross-shaped one in it, that could be quite good. Yeah, I like that. Pop you in there with glass. Of course, we can always make it stained glass at some point, because it's going to be... It says Tekkit still, remember, we must not forget it is still Tekkit. I need to get rid of all this as well, make that wooden too, don't I? I can do that now, actually. Would be a second. There we go. All nice and symmetrical-ish. Alright, then we'll go downstairs. We'll get rid of this one as well, actually. Don't want to hit my head on there. I don't like when I walk downstairs and bash my head on and stuff. That's not fun. Alright. So we got like a sort of balcony area where we can look out over our farmland when we've actually got some farm, and then we can go back downstairs into the main ground floor area. A very open plan with a nice sort of, I don't know what's going to be here. Maybe this will be the kitchen area, I suppose. I could put some ovens in there. That could be good. Then we've got like a living area, and yeah, I think this is going to be pretty cool as a farmhouse. Let's make some doors, actually. There's my bench. I've been inside now too, can't I, really? I probably should do that at some point anyway. Alright, so make a couple doors up. And then I'll make a couple of pressure plates for it as well. And I think we're pretty damn good now. Alright, let's get these installed. So we'll have door, and then on the inside it'll be plate. Fantastic. Well, doesn't that look good? So I'm quite pleased with this. I think this has come out quite how I liked it, how I pictured it, actually. We're going to just do something with this over here. This is a very big open area, of course. We may have to change that somewhat. Does look kind of off-center as well. I've just realised it's a little bit annoying. Maybe if I put wood along this side instead, and then make this window slightly bigger, maybe that would help. Let's find out. Let's plug this last bit in here. How does that look? Is that okay? Oh, that's better, isn't it? Actually, yeah. I think that helps quite a lot. I would make this hole slightly bigger, but I want to sort of fill it in at some point. I'm not sure what to put on here really, though. Maybe just lots of wooden doors. Maybe. I'm not sure. I'll just carve it out of here for now, make it look a bit more neater for now, and we'll cross that bridge when we come to it, see what we put in there in the end. But otherwise, I've just also realised that the cross I've made in the middle of here is not actually in the middle of here, so let's just edit that a little bit too, if I can do this while flying, which of course I can't. Damn it, let's go inside then. I have to make it a little bit of a different shape thing. I didn't realise it wasn't in the middle. That's annoying. How did I not spot that? Wow, that's really bad. Okay, let's just get rid of this, and this, and this, and then we'll make it a sort of oblong shape instead. Yeah, that's probably better anyway. Actually, see let a bit more light in, won't it? That's cool. Let's get rid of you, and then glass, glass, glass. There we go. That should look a bit better. No, yeah, I like it. I like this a lot. I might put some fence along here, actually, just sort of cordon it off a bit. We can have a little a rocking chair in the corner here. Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to experiment with some more finishing touches, because obviously this is Tekkit still, so we've got all the micro blocks and things from Red Power. So I think we can do some fancy looking things in it, maybe some window boxes with flowers in. We'll see what happens. I also need to get some sort of staircase down this way into the rest of the land, but otherwise I think I'm quite pleased with it. I'm kind of proud of that, and that looks alright. Yeah, I like that. Well, there we go. I'm going to leave this episode here. This is episode 1. We are building the farmhouse. And then the next episode, we're going to start actually some farmland. We'll start off basic, start off simple, start off sustainable, and then we'll see where we go from there. So, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you all later.